funniest part about our product when I'm presenting it to people is I'm showing pictures of our product and I'm showing pictures of other people's products. And they're looking at the pictures of our product and thinking, that is what shades look like. That's what they're supposed to look like. They look right. And then when I show pictures of what the other shading systems in the world look like, they think I'm exaggerating how clumsy they are, how unattractive they are. And I'm not exaggerating, it's actually how they look. You can see the screws, you can see the wires, you can see all these funny angles going on. And we don't have any of that. So a lot of times they'll come back to me after and say, I didn't realize what you were actually saying. But now that I see the difference, your shades aren't even related to other people's shades.
So I've been going around this convention and I've noticed that a lot of the shade companies have got these ugly parts that they have to cover up using, is it a fascia?
Yes.
So they have to cover it up using a fascia. So tell me, how do you hide your ugly parts?
We actually build all the parts to be acceptable, and we actually don't make ugly parts. We found that if we just make the shades look good all the way, we don't need to cover them up.
The bottom line is a lot of things that are blatantly obvious aren't blatantly obvious until someone does it. And to me, after I did it, it seemed obvious, but I was one of those people installing shades in houses, hiding it behind boxes, and putting ugly screws and wires everywhere and tying them up with wire ties and trying to make it look neat, but it never looked right. And it was in front of my face the whole time. It wasn't until I realized that the shade itself was round, it rolls in a circle, and I thought the bracket itself should be a circle instead of a funny L-shaped bracket with screws and wires coming out of it. So originally when we made this product, we made it to mount inside of a window casing to stay as far away from the room envelope as possible. The closer to the glass, the less we were affecting sconces and furnishings and paintings or whatnot. And some other shading systems were really forward into the room off the wall. So if you had a painting on the wall, the shade would be more in the room than the actual painting. And I always felt that that was detrimental to the overall design of the house. So when we originally made this, I wanted a system that would mount as close to the glass as possible. And if it was within the jamb entirely, it wouldn't be in the room at all. It'd be a function of the window, not a function of the room. Well, then what started happening is we started working in walls that were glass. There was no actual wall or no jamb. And for this, the shades are actually still part of the window and they're still mounted close to the window. But we started making brackets that just infinitely would continue. So we'd have where the coupler would divide a shade that was over 8 feet long, we started using the coupler at every mullion, every vertical divide in between the glass. And then we could do houses that had no walls at all. And here we're still not affecting the art or sconces because the walls are floor to ceiling glass and the shades now become a function of the curtain wall system.
Go down. You need to paint that. Just paint that.
Alright.
Let's paint it.
Like a window?
No. Let's put the edge like a window. Just paint the film.